Hey everybody, hope you are awesome today. Today we're focusing on the third week of the 3-day weekends and 3 months coaching program. And as I've shared with you, I am teaching the content, the same content we teach in the small group coaching programs and our course as well. Sharing this in hopes that it helps you create more impact, more income, more free time to enjoy your loved ones, your family, your friends, your life. And today what we're going to do is focusing on how you attract those epic clients into your business. And this really doesn't matter what type of business you're in. It's the same process. It's the same sense of setting a level and looking for that best person and multiplying the opportunities with people who you already work with that are doing great. What I want to first do though is take you through a conversation that allows you to get a little clearer about what's most important to you. And so I simply call it your entrepreneurial vision. And in this vision, it's a simple exercise to help you look at what is it that's most important to you and what are you hoping to create. And so what I invite you to do is, if you're able to, for a moment, go ahead and just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and then slowly release that. Take another deep breath in and slowly release that. And one more time, take a deep breath in and slowly release it. And what I want you to think about is when you started your business, and you might not have started one yet. If you're about to start this, then this is taking you forward. But if you've already started your business, I want you to start thinking about what it was that led you to start something, to go against the grain, to be part of the roughly 10% of the people in the population that's willing to do their own thing. And the first question is, why did you choose to be an entrepreneur? What was it that made you make that leap? So if you're a freelancer, you're an entrepreneur. If you're counting on your own talents to make your income and you don't have a job or a boss, you're an entrepreneur. So it might not look like what it looks like on TikTok or Instagram, the way some people produce it, but why did you choose to be an entrepreneur? And then the second thing I invite you to consider, what was your vision of what it would look like? And what were you hoping to create? In my case, I wanted more freedom, like a lot of entrepreneurs do. I wanted more time freedom. I wanted to be able to do what I want. I wanted to be rewarded for the work I do and for my talents. What were your reasons? And what were you hoping to create? 3, this is extremely important. Even if you've just gotten started, even if you're on the short part of your journey, what part of your vision have you already accomplished? A lot of the times I'll talk with entrepreneurs and we are notoriously hard on ourselves. So I might talk to somebody that might say, Wade, I've only been an entrepreneur for 10 years and I'm still working a lot of hours. I'd say, whoa, slow down. You've been an entrepreneur 10 years? You're paying your bills? You've beaten the odds. There's extremely high failure odds. So what parts or part of your vision have you already accomplished? And what part or parts of your journey are you most grateful for? Sometimes, again, we need to think back to where we started, because as entrepreneurs, we're so always looking forward to what's next, almost in this somewhat fearful hunter survival mode of, oh gosh, I've got to be ready. But what are you grateful for? What parts have been awesome? What people have you met? What opportunities have you created? What income have you created? What lives have you impacted? And what frustrates you most about your business right now? What just bothers you? What's that 1 or 2 problems or challenges that keep showing up, that keep repeating for you, that make it really difficult to focus on the next thing, because you're kind of running in quicksand. You're moving against the wind. And what, if anything, frustrates you about your life right now? Is it your health, your relationships? Is it something that's tied to work, like not enough free time? Is it that cycle of doing work, feeling overwhelmed and burned out, and then coming on the weekend to a situation where you're really just trying to recover. So you find yourself maybe eating junk food and not doing proactive things, not doing the healthy things, and finding yourselves again on the first day of the week, whatever that is for you, feeling tired again. So what frustrates you about that? And what 3 things do you most want to accomplish in the next 12 months? If you knew you could only get 3 things done, that's it, just 3, what would those 3 things be? Maybe it would be to launch a product. Maybe it'd be to initiate some sort of program or host an event or a coaching program or write your book or clean up your messes or clear up your debt, whatever it might be. What are those top 3 goals? And then what one thing do you most want to accomplish during these 90 days? So whether this is your 3rd or 4th time joining us, or this is your first time, again, I'm taking you the content of a 90-day program, and the replays are available if you want to get to them. So in the next 90 days, what one thing do you most want to accomplish? And then what else, if anything, that maybe I have not mentioned, would you want to add to complete your vision? And I remind you as we do this that we have the workbook for this if you'd like to get the information so you can follow along, or you can do some of this stuff just as you do it. And so now that we're a little clear about your vision of what you want to create, let's talk about what you want it to look like. Who is it you're going to help? And what is it that you're most committed to? If you can identify your most powerful reasons for doing the work you do, and you can harness that energy, it can be a very powerful source of rocket fuel for you to attract, serve, and profit with your best clients. Now, as most of us know, people can do amazing things when they have a strong enough reason why they're doing them. People have lifted cars, they've survived concentration camps, overcome paralysis, and more when there was a strong enough reason why. People who have strong reasons why they do what they do are very often engaging, charismatic, powerful, inspirational, transformative. Salespeople and business people who have strong reasons why, often in a very positive way, persuade people powerfully to invest with them. They overcome the obstacles, the objections easily, and they impact clients' lives, and they make a lot of money. So an unstoppable vocational why is unstoppable because it's a consistent driving force. This is something that keeps coming up for you. As a parent, my wife and I have 2 children. So something that's unstoppable for me is wanting to be a great dad. Something that's unstoppable for me is wanting to be a great husband. Do I fail at that sometimes? Absolutely. Do I fall short of what I'd like to be? Certainly. But then that force is there again. It's there again. It's there again. It keeps showing up. Vocational is about making your work more than just a job. So it's not just saying, well, I'm paying the bills. It's, this is what I'd like to do. And you might not be able to do it now, but this is what I'm focused on doing and how I want to help people and do it in a way that really takes advantage of my gifts. And then why? Having some greater reason for doing what you do. If you're going to be great, you have to do this because financial factors like debt and goals aren't always going to lead to motivation for you. It's so easy to get complacent when your debt is paid off or your goals have been hit or you just hit a goal or you just simply are saying, you know what, there's nothing really exciting enough to get me out of the bed or to really make me want to be great. So I'll just keep doing the same thing on repeat. When there's a greater reason why for the people you serve and the people you serve with and for you, work becomes easier and it becomes more powerful. So a simple way to look at this is who, what, why, how. Who you're going to help, a specific person or a targeted group of people. What you want to help them achieve, some sort of specific result. Why? So that some sort of outcome happens that contributes to some greater reason or cause. And how? In a way that usually leads to some sort of personal reason and benefit. Now, a lot of people will talk about these first 3, but they'll leave out the how. And if you're only doing the who, what, and why without looking out for the how, You might be a really good martyr. You might have a really good nonprofit model. But if you don't have money or benefits or something coming back around to serve you, you might not be able to sustain this. So if we look at what it might sound like if you were talking to people who are committed parents, they might say, you know what? I help my children, that's a specific person or group of people, learn how to read a specific result so they can interact with the world around them, a greater reason or cause, in a way that leads to my personal satisfaction and pride as a parent. So that benefits me in some way, even if it's not directly, that's there. A committed nonprofit. Here's an example. We help homeless people get food, clothing, and shelter so they can live with dignity in a way that leads to a better, happier, and safer world for all of us. So again, the first three sound really nice, and sometimes people stop there. But that fourth one says, oh wait, this is interesting. If we're making the world better, happier, and even more importantly, perhaps to some, safer, that might help us get donors. That might have people contribute to the cause, especially people who are in the local area. Now, if you're a salesperson, here's what it might look like to be an ineffective salesperson or an ineffective business person. I help price-obsessed people purchase our lowest priced short-term solutions so they can get back to the rat race lives in a way that leads to minimum confrontation or discomfort for me. Well, there's obviously not a lot that's inspiring about that. And so the energy levels that you're going to have aren't going to be that solid. The energy levels you're going to get back from the customers not going to be that solid. If they have to buy it, so let's say you're in the insurance business and you sell homeowners insurance and people have to buy homeowners insurance, or they have to buy car insurance because the bank says, yeah, you don't own the car, so you've got to insure it. They might still buy, but it's not a lot of fun. It's not very passionate. Versus I help polite, open-minded, growth-focused people identify and address their goals and dreams so they can invest in the long-term solution they truly desire in a way that leads to personal satisfaction and greater financial reward for me. This right here could be a powerful salesperson, powerful business person, powerful entrepreneur. It's all coming back full circle. So what I'm going to suggest to you that you want to do is to create your statement, and there's a worksheet that will help you look at who is it you don't want to work with and who do you want to work with? What do you not want to do? What do you want to do? What are you not interested in serving? What do you want to serve? And how do you not want things to turn out versus how do you want them to turn out? So this is one that I wrote down a while ago, which is based on my business model. I'm a business coach, a small business coach, a life coach. And I said, who do I not want to help? I don't want to work with lazy, self-absorbed, money-obsessed hustlers who only want to make as much money as they can. I don't dislike these people. They're just never happy, so I don't want to work with them. Who do you want to help? People who are looking to make lifestyle, impact, family, and excellence a huge part of their lives. They're entrepreneurs and they're willing to do the work. So that's who I want to help. What do you not want to focus on creating? Temporary Band-Aid or next distraction. I want a result that includes abundant and sustainable 3-day weekend or similar lifestyle that creates impact, income, and connection. Why? What causes you not interested in serving? Help clients make more money at any cost. I've seen that. It's not pretty. Don't want to be a part of it. I do want to be a part of helping clients create more meaningful, fulfilling, and enjoyable relationships, experiences, and work. So still want us to make money, still want to make a lot of money. I also want to help a lot of people. How do you not want things to turn out? Me doing all the work, trying to convince the client to do the work, wanting it more than they do. What do I want? I want a win-win-win-win-win solution where the client, their clients, their loved ones, me and my loved ones all benefits. That's a win by 5 solution. So my final draft of this is I help lifestyle, impact, family, and excellence focused entrepreneurs create abundant, impactful, and sustainable 3-day weekend businesses and lifestyles so they can experience connection and abundance in their personal and professional relationships and lives in a way that benefits everyone involved, client, their clients, loved ones, me, and my loved ones. I'd say, wow, wait, that's a mouthful. That's a lot of detail. I know what I want. I'm very precise about this. Now, if it shows up a slightly different way, am I open? Yes. Might I modify this over time? Absolutely. If you find yourself working with people who are really just annoying you and they're not making progress and you're not seeing results and or you're not getting paid, that's probably not a good situation. Sometimes there are customers or clients that will push our buttons and they annoy us, but then they grow and they almost challenge us in a good way. I'm talking about the ones that are just you're like, why am I even working with this person? If that's the case, then what I like to do is when I run into that person, I go back to my UVW statement and I look at to say, okay, what's off here? usually it's only one of two things. Either the statement is not accurate or complete enough, like it's missing a detail, or I'm not following it. I'm not living it. And in the short run, I might say, you know what, right now I need money, so I can't afford to live it. I'm going to do the best I can, but that's not what I'm doing. But overall, if I can be creating a situation where I'm living this as much as possible, it's going to make my life a lot more enjoyable. And so from there, I invite you to go ahead and create your UVW statements. Get clear about things, what you want to see, what you want to have happen next. And as you're doing this, it can make things a whole lot easier for you. The next thing we want to look at is who are your best and worst clients? Because if we can get clear about this, it really is kind of as simple as saying we want to let go of your not great ones and we want to have more of your best ones. And this is one of the worksheets from the workbook. It's an Excel-based sheet, so you can type into it. So first we want to look at who are your 7 best favorite clients or groups. Let's see, let's do it this way. It'll give us a better view here. And so let's say I have these 7 clients. I've got Anna, and by the way, Bumblebee, for the reference there, for those of you all who know the song No Rain by Blind Melon, that's the song that goes, all I can say is that my life is pretty plain. It sounds better than that, but it's that one. There's a video that goes with that, a music video, back when music videos were really popular. And in that video, there's a girl running around in the city in a bumblebee suit. And she's dressed up as a bumblebee. Who knows? Maybe she's a bumblebee. She's happy. She is going up to everybody. She's grooving. And throughout the majority of the song, the first part of the song, she just keeps running to people and everybody's kind of grumpy or they're not present or they don't see her, they don't wave. She's waving at people. She's all happy. And at the part of the song where there's the guitar solo starts and the guy goes, woo! And just like that, she finds a field of bumblebees, people like her, not exactly like her. She's what, like 12 or 13, average height girl. Then she sees people who are tall, young, all these people, but she finds her bumblebees. And so that's just something that, I don't know, I seem to still be the only one that says this, but my wife and I talk about this like, oh, you're going to be with your bumblebees. So yeah, if you're going to hang out with the people you love being with, those are your bumblebees. So if this person here, Anna, is a bumblebee, she's somebody you love working with, and you say, yes, this person, she values me, she takes action, I really like this person, that's awesome. And I receive $1,600 a year, I invest 8 hours a year with that person, that makes me on average $200 per hour. And as I go down the page here, I've got different people. Brad invests a lot with me. He pays me well. He values my time. He takes action, and he invests $18,000 in a year in about 12 hours of work. That's $1,500, and the Excel will automatically do this. So that's my highest number there, the $1,500. And I've got all these different people that are either people I love or they just, they value me. They take action. They pay. And then down here, so I got $1,500 is my highest average hourly, or my highest hourly income. And then my average across all of this $35,000 and change divided by 81 is $440. So that's kind of what I'm used to doing. And then what I do is I say, well, what about this? My least favorite clients, I've got, let's say some of my sales coaching clients, maybe they don't take action and I'm putting a lot of time into that. I've got a certain program and the people don't take action. Okay. I'm not sure about that. And then I've got this other client who doesn't take action. Yeah, I've made some money, but not so sure. So over on the right for each of these, it'll say, well, how can you, on the green ones, how can you attract more like these? And so we would brainstorm here. Well, I'm going to ask for referrals. I'm going to offer rewards. I might help them go deeper into their business. On the bottom section, how can you reduce your time? Well, I'm going to get some of these people, the sales coaching people, to train themselves. The program or the client, I'm just going to drop those. And what that's going to lead to is a possibility where I say, look, if my average hourly income is this 440 on my top work, on my green work, and my maximum hourly income on my green work is 1,500, if I took that 169 hours under the red section that I've invested, which interestingly enough is about twice what I've invested in my green, if I reinvested that and I put that instead into my green stuff, If I could get the average income of all my green, that is 169 hours times 440, I'd be making $74,000 during that time instead of the $18,000 that I'm currently making on my red work. And if I could find $1,500 per hour work, I'd be making $234,000 instead of, oh no, sorry, that's my income gain, excuse me. I'd be making $253,000 instead of $18,000, and that'd be a $234,000 gain. So in both cases, there's a huge gain at stake if I can reallocate my time and more time with my best clients. So as I get clear with these clients, there's two other things or ways we're going to kind of look at this, two other cross sections. So one of them is to say this mathematical look at them. The next thing we're going to do is just say, you know what? Who are your absolutely 3 favorite people to work with? And why do they pay you? And so for each of these people, I'm going to put in here who's my favorite person, why I like working with them, how they're unique or special, what I believe I do for them. So here's my favorite client is Joe. I like working with Joe because Joe values my work. Joe pays me well. Joe is very happy to see me. Joe does the work. Joe is willing to ask me for more. At the same time, Joe's willing to do more. How are they unique? Joe is uniquely committed. Joe is a parent that loves life, loves their family, and is really working hard. What do I believe I do? I help Joe find more time to enjoy family, friends, and life. I help Joe impact customers more. What do I think it's worth? I think it's worth, let's say, $25,000. Joe pays me $5,000 a year. So I think that that's a good deal for Joe. But then the last two, critically important, I'm going to have to reach out to Joe to find out, Joe, what do you say I do for you? And what do you say it's worth? And that's going to help me even more, perhaps with my pricing. I could also ask questions like, how could I do it better? What else could I add? And I'm going to do that for my first, second, and third favorite clients to really dial into who it is I want to grow with. And if I can do that, now I can take that as raw material and say, let me make this a little more mechanical, a little more systematic. What are 15 ways that my best clients can help me attract more great clients? So I just took those 3. I said, how could they do things? Well, I could ask for referrals. I could offer incentives. I could ask them for a testimonial. I could share that testimonial. I could have a free coaching session or free session for their friend. I could brainstorm with them about how I could do things better. I could have a what's next call. Say, hey, we're doing this. What's next for you? The second thing is, and this might be different people than the last 3 I looked at, which 3 clients are most willing and able to help me attract more clients? So again, it might not be the same as my favorite 3, but these are probably maybe from that list of the 7 best. And then for each one of them, I'm going to look to create a plan. So in the case I've got Alex here, I get $25,000 a year from Alex. I invest 50 hours. That's $500 per hour. What else could I do? And right now I have just one game plan showing, so it's not clutter the screen. But I could say, well, you know what? I'm going to ask for a referral, and I'm going to invest some hours into this. And maybe I'm going to get some new leads from that, some new clients from that. And if I got one new client from that, well, that would make me, in this case, another $25,000, then track what the actual result is. So I want to be able to clear about, if these are my best people, what could I be doing to drum up more business by connecting with them? And again, these are the people that are not only most willing, but most able to help me attract more great clients. Now, the last part of our focus for this week is to start getting clearer about how we're going to use your time off. So if you are every week making improvements, and in this week we're getting you more working with your ideal clients, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to get clear about what is it you most want to see happen in your life and with your schedule. And so in this case here, what we're going to do is look at, if you could take, just for right now, just one day, but one day a week when you have no work whatsoever, no email, no reading business books, no scrolling social media for business, literally nothing, nothing. What would that look like? And so the first question would be, if you had this day, now I'm going to say Sunday, You might have a different day. I was raised in the United States, and for us, the most common day off that people have is Sunday. In other parts of the world, it's Saturday. In some parts of the world, it's Friday. But let's say for your Sunday, if you had no work every Sunday going forward, what time would you wake up? And how would you be feeling when you wake up? How would you enjoy your morning? What would you be doing? Who would you be with? And where would you go? And after you enjoyed your morning, how would you enjoy your afternoon? What would you do? Who would you enjoy it with? And it could be that you decide you're not enjoying it with anybody. You're just enjoying it by yourself. That's fine. And where, if anywhere, do you go? How do you enjoy your evening? What do you do? Who are you with? Where do you go? What and who are you most grateful for at the end of your day? And then what time do you go to bed and how do you feel? And so if you can get clear about this, this can be a chance for you to start doing this every week to know you have at least one day that you're getting to do exactly what you want to do. So I hope you find this helpful and hope this helps you take a greater step towards attracting epic clients. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. If you want to schedule a strategy session with me to talk about more about how we could look at your business, if you want to look at either our group or private coaching programs, let me know. As always, look forward to helping you impact more people and make more money in less time, doing what you do best so you can fulfill your friends, your freedom, and your life. Thanks so much for listening.